Welcome, adventurers. Here's what happened last time on the Incorrigible party.
The party reconvenes with Dreg once more. The Abjuration Wizard believes that defense, his specialty, may not be enough to save Heraklion. Going on the offense could be their only hope. After much debate and the discovery of the second part to the Kralakina rebirthing ritual, our adventurers agree to finally check the Forking Path, where they find a strange pentagonal structure housing a swirling rainbow liquid, hostile Kraken priests, 2 water elementals, and a 5-headed hydra.
And now, on with the show.
Shaft, you're up. Top of the order.
Okay, so I see this 5-headed beast, so I'm going to sort of turn around here. And first thing I'm going to do is use my bonus action to move Hunter's Mark over to the Hydra. Then I'm going to pull out my bow and take a shot. Well, that's a 1, but I'm going to re-roll 1 because of lucky. And that is a 15 to hit.
Ooh, that is a hit.
Awesome. Okay.
Just.
So that is 10 points of damage. I will take my second attack. That's going to hit because that's a 13 or 20 something. And this time I'll use Colossus Slayer, which gives me 20 points of damage.
Very nice.
And then I'm going to move over. Let's see, I'll move up a little bit towards the Hydra. And I'll say, uh-oh, we got trouble, guys.
And as your second arrow pierces the Hydra just right into one of its heads, you see it kind of withers on this serpentine neck and dies. Basically, his head just kind of falls and crumples away, leaving it with 4. Mia.
Okay, so Mia's going to attempt a spell she's never cast before. Oh, crap. I'd have to have concentration. Cool, so I had a game plan and now I don't know if I want to use that.
Kill it! I just took a head out. You can do it too.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. Mia's gonna take out Falling Star and chuck it at another one of these heads on the Hydra, seeing that it shriveled up. That's a 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
And it does 11 damage. And then I'm going to move my spiritual hammer to the same head that I hit. And hopefully hit.
Your hammer only moves 20 feet.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I hit the water elemental? I'd be right.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so let's take a swing with my spiritual hammer at water elemental 1. So that's a 14 to hit.
That is just a hit.
And so then it's a d8 plus 5, so that's 9 damage. And I only moved up like a couple feet to get in range of the Kraken type thing. Maybe I'll just stay on this dead guy. That's fine. I'll stay there.
Okay, the Hydra's going to try to squeeze past this sphere. And you got it pretty blocked, so I'm actually going to basically treat it as if you are ramming it. So it makes a dex throw, right? It kind of has to move through it. It's very narrow there between the cave wall and the pentagonal structure. So we'll make a dex check. It only gets an 11.
Ah!
All right,
so
that's a fail.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that is only 3 damage. 3 fire damage.
Okay. And it only has 4 heads left, meaning it has 4 attacks. 2 of which it will lash out its shaft. One is a 16 and the other is a 23.
I'm going to use Defensive Duelist as a reaction to make my RC a 19, so only 1 hits.
Okay. Hits you for 14 piercing.
Okay.
And the other 2 on these long, like snake-like necks, it does have a 10-foot reach. It can hit Mia from where it is.
Oh, no.
Try.
With 17 and a 26.
26 hits, but I will use my reaction as well.
So you take 14 piercing, and could you roll a Constitution saving throw, please?
Ooh, that's an 8.
So you lose concentration on your Bless spell. Party is no longer blessed.
Oh no.
Okay, for Wrath of the Storm, it needs to make a, it says when a creature within 5 feet of you that hits you with an attack. Dang it! He's 10 feet away.
He is, yeah. But that is the Hydra's turn. Shakara, you are up.
I'm not going to yell eat flame because I have no flame to produce, sadly. But I will bring my sword around and try and lop off a head or two. That is 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just might do a little smiting, too.
Oh yeah.
I think that might be a good idea. Ooh, yeah. 13 plus 8 is 21, plus 3 is 24.
You basically got a head.
Almost.
Almost in one shot, yeah.
Finish off the head that I started.
That was my first attack.
Oh, what?
And so for my second attack,
Remember, she said she's a sword wielder.
that's only a 16. Does a 16 hit it?
A 16 does hit, yeah.
Yes. And I think we'll do a little smitey again. That's not as good of a smite, though. 18 points of damage. Take that.
Dang, girl.
And I am standing right next to Shaft and in front of Mia.
And your last strike does lop off another head as you dealt more than 25 damage in a single turn. Very well done.
Wow.
Water elementals.
Oh no.
Watermelon, you see them kind of like roiling waves as they move across this stone floor. And the closest one that Mia had tried to hit with her hammer moves right over and into Falzarin, engulfing him in its body.
That's okay. You can breathe. You hold your breath for a long time. You're fine.
Yeah, you're
That's
underwater.
Falzarin doesn't even bat an eyelash at that.
Swim right out of it.
And it is going to try to use what's called Whelm, as it has you in its form. You see it kind of like inside of it again, just kind of now it's taking up this 10 by 10 foot space. It's water just kind of sloshing back, as if it was in like a container that you were shaking, but with Falzarin inside. Falsey, could you make a strength saving throw, please?
Ooh, good thing Falzarin's really strong. Blessed does not count
I
anymore.
know. I'm humming and hawing about using inspiration.
Can you throw it and then use inspiration, or no?
No,
You're saying
you gotta decide before you roll.
No, you can roll and see what you get, and then before I give you the results, you can apply the inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Tell him to just wait for the results.
Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm using inspiration. I've had this one for a really long time and just haven't used it.
Come on, buddy.
17.
Ooh, that is a pass.
Yes, Falsey.
Falsey has been hitting the gym.
What was your first roll?
5. Oh, that was clutch. I mean, I think it
Good
was
use
clutch.
of
I don't
it.
know what's going to happen if I fail, but...
So since you pass, all it does is just kind of shunts you out of itself.
Okay. Whew. Oh, that frail little wizard is just hanging out at the back, completely open to these water elementals.
Underwhelmed? Because it whelmed you?
But
If it had a choice, it would obviously throw you backwards, but...
between the two water
yeah,
elementals.
exactly, yeah.
Just play catch with Falzarin,
How
just push him back and forth.
convenient that would be.
And you know what? The second elemental is actually going to dash. And it just runs up and just moves right over like a wave over Shakara and Mia, occupying your space.
So we're in the water?
You are in it, yes, and you are technically now holding your breath, but it hasn't done anything else to you as it's used its action to move. So, yeah, you'll be able to easily just kind of walk right out of it or shift your position.
Okay.
Falzarin, you're up.
Okay. So Falsey's feeling a little bit shaken and concerned. And he's stuck kind of back behind the whole pack here with these water elementals. One right beside him and another one kind of in between him and his buddy. So he's going to use Blink and hope that that buys him a bit of protection. So I'll roll that at the end of my turn, I guess. And for my bonus action, I would like to ram the Flaming Sphere into the Hydra.
Burn his butt.
Gets a 21.
Ooh, so that is a pass. So it takes half of 5 fire damage.
Not much, but the fire is important.
It is.
And I can move as well, I guess.
Run.
I'm going to move. I'm going to move up towards my friends here and a little bit to the left. So I'm kind of in between Mia and the side of this cavern here.
You will have an attack of opportunity from the water.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay, so I won't move then. Well, I guess I could move 1 square, right? Because this water elemental is occupying a pretty big space.
Exactly. As long as you don't leave its threat, it won't get a hit.
All right. So for Blink, I rolled an 18. Falzarin just poof vanishes from the material plane.
To the ethereal plane, right?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. So you can still see everything that's going on in this cave, but no one or your party members or the creatures cannot detect you.
Now with Blink, I can choose to reappear up to 10 feet away from my current position. Do I do that now or on my next turn?
At the beginning of your next turn. Shaft, you're up.
I am going to run directly toward the Hydra, trying to go to where one of its lopped off heads is. Run underneath of it, come up on the other side.
So just keeping away from the sphere.
Yeah, I'll keep away from the sphere and just trying to surround him more.
Flanking.
Yeah.
And do some
Flanking
little flanking
maneuver
here.
here, yeah.
Sort of feel like I want to run underneath of his legs, and then as I'm passing through, I want to take my cutlass and try to lop off a head. So I stayed within 5 feet. There's no opportunity attack.
That's correct.
He's got his cutlass.
17 to hit, and that hits. So I'll do Colossus Slayer on this. So we're going to go with 16 points of damage. Then I will take my second attack. 20 to hit. This one doesn't get Colossus Slayer, but that's not very good. That's 9 points of damage.
That is enough. Exactly
I will
enough.
take my third. Ooh, crit. Yes.
Yes.
You crit so much more than the rest of us.
So that gives me.
If it was me, you'd accuse me of cheating.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, because.
John's got it memorized. Oh, crit. Oh, crit. You just got to have the timing perfect.
It's all about the cadence.
26.
Nicely done. Good work. And again, yeah, your last strike gets another head as it just kind of seems to wither on its neck as it just kind of drops limply to the ground, and 2 active heads left.
Ah,
Mia.
do it, Mia.
2 heads, though.
So you are inside of this water elemental right now.
Oh, so yeah, what happens with that?
You can just simply walk right out. It has yet to try to grab onto you.
Yeah, let's do that.
2 heads are not better than 1.
I'm going to walk over toward the pool of magic rainbowness. So I'm still next to it, but I've kind of circumnavigated around it, sidestepped a little bit.
Yeah, and as you kind of swim through it basically and step out of it next to this pentagonal structure, this thudding sound originates from within as you see a thick tentacle brushing up against the inside of it. And this colored substance housed within continues to just kind of swirl around as for the second time this wide-jawed face of a juvenile Kraken comes into view. Like kind of its head just kind of looms out of this colorful surroundings, and its eyes fixating on you, just kind of simply seems to watch.
Ooh.
Do not like.
Just need a quick break to go change my pants.
Oh no. He's got a token for it. This is bad, guys. That does not look friendly. But maybe it's
Just misunderstood.
Yeah.
I really thought Falsey was smarter than that. He misunderstands a lot of things, though.
He's very confused oftentimes.
I keep forgetting it's my turn because I'm just staring at that token, like, staring back at me. Mia's staring at it. Are we gonna have to fight that thing? Or,
Let's hope not.
This is one of those, do you hold back?
So far, it seems to just be watching.
Yeah,
You.
screw it. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave at 3rd level against the Hydra.
Okay, so from your positioning, that will hit the water elemental, the Hydra, and Shakara.
Why? Because it comes from me?
Yeah, it originates from
Can I not just like...
you. You can continue moving around the...
Right there?
Yeah, there you go, there you go.
Okay, so just another 5 feet forward, and then it's like straight in front of me.
Just hitting the Hydra then.
I rolled damage, but I didn't really need to because I'm going to channel it.
I am behind a Hydra. Does that hit me too?
What's the size of the Thunderwave? 15-foot cube, right?
15-foot cube coming from me.
Entirely just envelops the Hydra, and it makes a con save, I believe, right?
It's a con save.
Ooh, oh. It only got a 7. So it's going to take full damage.
Nice.
So, because I cast it at 3rd level, it's taking 4d8 max damage, 32 damage.
And this huge
wow.
boom reverberates through this cave, and you kill the Hydra.
Nice.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna move my hammer 20 feet.
Its great body just slumps to the floor.
Moving at 15 feet, I'm gonna take another whack at Elemental 1 with my spiritual weapon. And is 19.
That is a hit.
So that hits. And then my damage is 9. Force damage. What's happening with the Kraken? Can I observe it as a bonus action?
It you don't need to take an action to that. No, you can just kind of look at it. It does. It's almost like this reverse aquarium. Like, you know, it's watching you as if you're in this habitation kind of thing, and you just kind of see it moving its head. You can really only see like a couple tentacles kind of pressed against the side of this kind of crystalline structure.
Okay.
This is awful.
Is
Shakara.
it not entertained?
It
Well, it ain't
holds out its
smiling.
tentacle thumb and kind of like wavers horizontal and then points down.
Shakara is going to take a big step back out of the water elemental. How do I fight water? I will slash at it with my sword. 22.
Is your sword magical?
Nope.
Does that not damage it then?
10 damage.
And it just looks like your sword. It just, again, it's exactly like you're striking water. It just slips right through the kind of amorphous body of this elemental.
Okay, and I'll take my second attack and see what happens. We'll see what happens if I roll a 1.
Oh no.
Well, that is a critical fail. There are no
It is.
adjacent allies, so you will unfortunately hit yourself. Again, just that water, kind of the oomph. There's no bite. There's nothing to catch your swing like a normal foe, and you just strike yourself. For how much?
I'm kind of touching myself. Oh, fortunately that's only 5. But it's slashing damage, so it's -3, so it's only 2.
Right, as
Nice.
it kind of your armor catches most of it. Well, now this elemental, it looks pissed. So the one that engulfed Falzarin continues forward, moving over and into Shakara's space. And again, inside of you, that kind of swirlwind of its own body will try to whelm you. And you can make a strength saving throw, please.
19.
You're good. And you are also kind of shunted out of its body. And the other one next to Mia will just take 2 slam attacks on her.
What are those?
You see, it's kind of like, again, just almost like this wave of an arm just lashing out from its body. Not kind of disconnecting from it, but it just slams you with a 19 and a 22.
The 22 hits.
So you'll take 16 bludgeoning from the one hit.
Not looking so good, you guys.
Ouch.
Looking bad.
Falzarin, at the start of your turn, you blink back to the material plane.
And I'm allowed to move up to 10 feet to a new location within 10 feet of where I was. I kind of like where I am, though, actually. I think I'll just stay where I am, yeah. I'll just move 5, actually. I'll move 5 feet, so just basically directly to my left, so I'm behind Shakara and close to the edge of the wall here. Despite the fact that they're water elementals, Falzarin's not very excited about the possibility of them taking damage from fire, but I think he's going to choose to use Fireball against them and see what happens.
Ooh, they're both going to fail.
So that's 27 damage.
Nice job. These flames just erupt around this water. Kind of little puffs of steam as well from their bodies, and using your sculpt to shelter your allies that are caught within.
And then I'll use my bonus action to move the flaming sphere.
So the Hydra is large enough where it is now impassable. You have to move the sphere around it. You can't move it through its space.
I see. Okay.
You can still move it, obviously, but...
Yeah. So I can move it 30 feet. That should get me past Shaft, I think.
It'll ram into Shaft if you move it around like that.
Can he put it above me?
When you move the sphere, you can direct it over barriers up to 5 feet tall and jump it across pits up to 10 feet wide. The sphere ignites flammable objects not being worn, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so the Hydra is too tall for you to be able to get it up and over it then.
So my flaming sphere here, since the Hydra is too big, I'm going to move it around the Hydra, and I'm going to have to go up and over Shaft, but since he's nice and short, I should be able to do that. And then I will put it in the unoccupied space between Shaft and the water elemental. Can't quite get it far enough to slam into the water elemental, but
You better not singe my hair.
don't you worry, buddy.
Just one hair? Just...
Shaft has a full head.
Full
It's got
head.
beautiful, luscious locks.
This is fantasy, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
And roll for Blink.
18 again. Beautiful.
Nice job. Shaft, you're up.
Okay, so I see this ball sort of float over my head. I sort of duck down, and can I run up on top of the Hydra?
Yeah, you'll have to make a check, but you can. It's also treated as difficult terrain.
Okay, I'm just going to go right up on its back.
Okay, you can make an acrobatics.
Acrobatics, that's 22.
Yep, you are good.
And then I do have a question. Do you consider a Ring of the Ram a weapon? The reason I ask is I would have Hunter's Mark. I'm going to move Hunter's Mark over
Yeah.
to a water elemental, and I get Hunter's Mark if I attack with a weapon attack.
Oh, it's not a weapon attack, no.
All right, so in that case, I will hop up on the back of the Hydra. I will take the bow and take a shot. Oh, first bonus action, move the Hunter's Mark,
Yeah.
over to this water elemental number 1.
Okay.
And then I'll make my attack. Oh, you won't believe it. A crit again.
I don't believe it.
Can I move the camera somehow? so there we go. I'm going to do 22 plus 4, 26 points of damage. That's piercing damage.
And as your arrow from this magical bow, unlike Shakara's sword, which just cleanly slashed right through it, as the arrow pierces it, it's the projectile and the motion of it seems to slow before popping out the other side of it, as if it's finding more purchase than Shakara's sword was.
I'll do my second attack. Same thing. That's not quite as good. That is a 14 to hit.
Ooh, that is just a hit.
Oh, awesome. 11 points of damage.
Mia.
Can I even tell, like, what these water elementals look like? They look the exact same, no matter how much damage they've taken or anything?
Yeah, no, they seem to not show any signs of like physical trauma or anything, not like a normal creature would.
Okay. Well, that's fun. But I am looking rough.
I mean, the Kraken seems to like how you look.
Yeah, that's true. Kraken's fun. It's gonna be a little bit of a self-preservation situation. So I'm gonna back up away from these water elementals. I'm gonna chug my last remaining health potion.
Okay, so as you retreat, the elemental will again slosh out at
I
you.
keep forgetting.
That is a 25 to hit.
Totally forgot about that.
14 bludgeoning damage as you scamper away.
That's not worth me running away. That's so annoying. Wow. You guys, I'm almost dead.
Heal yourself.
So I'm chugging my healing potion. So that gives me 2d4 plus 2. So 7 points. And then as my bonus action, I'm casting Healing Word on myself at 2nd level. So that's 5 plus 5. So that's 10 more points of healing. And now I'm not even to where I was before I retreated. That is so annoying. Okay. Turn's over.
Shakara.
Seeing that my sword did basically nothing to it, I'm going to put my hands out with my thumbs together and say, burn, and do burning hands. 15-foot cone. The water needs to make a dex save.
One of them gets a 4 and the other gets a 15.
I believe, 15 is what it would need. So that's 13 points of damage for the one that failed, and the other one's half.
Okay, boy, water elementals now. I think the one that kind of took the brunt of your flames, Shakara, is gonna again move. No, it's gonna stay where it is, but it's again to kind of these waves of its body, kind of trying to smack into you. 20 and a 22.
Both hit.
So the first hit, 18 bludgeoning,
Okay.
and the second hit is only 8.
Okay, I'm going to react to that. Hellish Rebuke, and point my finger at number 1, and yell, "Burn!"
And it gets a natural 20, so it passes.
On its dex save. Damn it.
You can't burn water.
Well, it still takes half damage.
You can boil it though.
That's right.
Boil!
That's Shakara's new catchphrase.
Boil, damn it.
Simmer!
It takes half 13 damage.
And the second elemental is going to try to get up to Shaft.
Uh-oh.
It's going to kind of make its own dex check here. Oh, completely fails. You see its body kind of sloshes up and onto this hydra, which you kind of found purchase Shaft on this like crocodilian body. You're probably standing about close to 10 feet up into the air. But this water just kind of sloshes over as it takes its first 5 feet of movement, which in difficult terrain actually eats up 10 of it.
Like waves crashing on the beach.
Exactly, just below you. It can't get up, so it's going to change course then with the rest of its movement. And it can get over to Shakara for 2 more attacks here. Natural 20 and 24.
Both hit.
So the crit, 29 bludgeoning.
Oh.
Don't even bother rolling the other. Shakara's down.
Oh, no.
Well, as the second hit crashes into you, then you take 2 failed death saves.
She said don't bother.
Oh no. Oh no.
And Falzarin, you blink back into the material plane.
Staring at Shakara on the ground, and 2 water elementals over top her.
So I will take a step towards Shakara that's right in front of me, laying on the ground, and I would like to try to stabilize her.
Okay, roll a medicine check. You just need a 10 or higher, so if it's a...
Yeah. So that's 17.
And Shakara is stabilized, but unconscious.
All right, so that's my action. I'll use my bonus action to slam my flaming sphere into the water elemental that is closest to the Hydra there.
Okay, it only gets a 6.
3 points of fire damage.
A little less impactful now that the Hydra is dead, but damage nonetheless. And if you are not going to move, then go ahead and roll for blank.
Oh, so that's an 8. So I did not pass the 11 I needed, so I don't disappear.
That's bad. Shaft, you're up.
Okay. So I'm going to stay on the one that I've been hitting, and I'm going to continue to shoot it. It's my best bet. That is only going to be an 11 to hit.
That is a miss.
All right, second attack, and that's a 13 to hit.
That is also a miss.
I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm not going to move.
Yeah, you seem to be fairly safe up there. It's a little hard for water to travel uphill, it seems. So, Mia, you are up.
25 feet can get me right up next to Shakara. Okay, so Mia's gonna run the 25 feet and use her once per long rest action of healing hands as an Asimar, and not Mia. Shakara, you get 8 hit points back.
Thank you.
And then, as a bonus action, she's gonna have her hammer swing into Water Elemental 2. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Elemental 2 takes 13 force damage.
Nice hit. Good hit. And yeah, your spiritual weapon, I mean, you've kind of been noticing this fight. It is finding, it looks like it's impacting something and not just passing through, as it does deal force damage and not strictly piercing or slashing. Shakara!
I will stand up.
And suddenly Falzern and Mia are next to you as you come back into consciousness.
And I will nod to them, thank you. And I will lay on hands. I think I have to do my full amount. I think I have to do the 30.
What
Because
you gotta do, girl?
it's gonna hurt.
You could
when I
save
get
1
hit.
hit point to revive someone.
Yeah, that would be very smart, actually.
Okay, I'll save 1. I am still really low, and if I get hit again, it's gonna be
Falsey's,
bad.
Falsey's gonna help you out next turn.
Okay, hopefully.
And then I don't want to move because that would provoke opportunity attack. And I don't have any bonus actions that would help heal me. So I'm done. Stand up and lay on hands.
Okay, and the water elementals now.
Oh no.
The water elemental 2 kind of moves around Shakara and engulfs Mia and Falzern as water elemental 1 swells over Shakara. So you can all make a strength saving throw as again its inner body starts to do this kind of whirlwind of water.
Do we get a bonus from Shakara, right?
You are within her aura, absolutely.
Yes.
Shakara got a 20.
16 for Falsey.
I get 20 plus 4, 24.
You are all fine as you seem to just be pushed out,
Way to go, Shakara.
kind of shunted out of its body, just swung around and just blown right out of it. Kind of
Separated us.
to the
I know.
closest spots here. Falzern.
So I would like to move my flaming sphere over beside Shakara and slam it into the water elemental that just tried to engulf her.
You will not be able to pop. You won't be able to pop it over Shakara. You can slip it by the. You see, kind of
He could like
pop it
diagonal
over
it.
the.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
over the Hydra's head. You singe some Hydra on the way.
Okay. If I can squeeze it between Shakara and the Hydra, I would like to do that and then hit the water elemental there if possible. So it'll need to make another save, a dex save.
That is a critical fail.
Okay, so it takes 6 fire damage. And then I am going to use a new spell for Falzern. I'm going to look over to Shakara and say, I think you need a little bit of help, Shakara. You're looking rough.
I am.
You ready to have some fun?
Sure.
So I start muttering some incantations and waving my arms around. And you see Shakara just start to kind of change and assume a new massive form. I'm going to use polymorph to turn her into a giant ape.
Yes.
What? Holy crap, that thing's huge.
Oh, look at its booty. That thing does squats.
Yeah, Shakara's form swells into a huge, the size of a Hydra. And she's kind of cramped a little bit in her space, pressed against the body of the Hydra and the elemental and your flaming sphere.
My flaming sphere will be gone now because of concentration.
Right. As it winks out of existence. Shaft.
Okay, I see this gigantic ape appear. I just grow out of Shakara. I step back a little bit, and I haven't seen this happen before. I'm almost concerned that it is another creature that I need to attack, but I'll pull the arrow out and give it another go. Yeah, that's a 26 to hit. 13 points of damage. And then I'll take my second. That's going to be a 25 to hit. 10 points of damage.
Both arrows sink into its body, finding some type of contact. And you're fine up perched there.
Yeah, I'm staying.
Mia.
Alright. Enough messing around. I gotta do something big. I want to shatter these suns. I think I'm gonna cast Shatter, which is like a 10-foot radius sphere. And can I put that sphere, Leland, right between these two guys so it hits both of them?
Absolutely.
Sweet. So they have to make con saves. DC 16.
7 for Elemental 1 and a 19 for Elemental 2.
So that's 17 damage.
Wow.
And that is thunder damage. And then if they successfully pass, then they... What does it say? Half.
And Elemental 1, this crack boom. You see both of their figures kind of like shut, like, push against the sound wave. The water kind of ripples as this sphere kind of forms between them. And Water Elemental 1 doesn't come back into its form like number 2. It just splashes to the ground as the water just kind of spreads out across the floor of this cave.
Yes.
Okay, so Water Elemental 2 is getting attacked by my spiritual hammer. It's going to move 10 feet down. That is a 20 to hit.
Yep.
And it does 7 damage.
Okay.
Force damage.
Monkey Shikara.
Roar! I'm gonna come over here and double fist attack the water blob. Plus 9 to hit. That's a 17.
That's a hit.
20 damage.
Just one fist, even
That's it.
again, your monkey fist just splashes right through. But even that is enough to the form just crumples, and again the splash of water against this cave floor.
Beat on my chest. Ah!
Yes. Oh, good job, guys.
Nicely done.
Yes.
We can fall out of initiative.
Can I look at the Kraken? Because that shatter was probably really loud.
Yeah, I would like to maintain concentration on my polymorph spell.
I would like you to maintain concentration on your polymorph.
Yeah, no kidding.
just putting that out there.
I can't believe that attack of opportunity. That was a really bad idea. Ugh.
Well, it might have missed. I mean, you have a pretty
There's
good
no
AC.
reneging that one. Leland's like, okay, yep, rolled it. I was like, oh, man.
That was really challenging for me because I had intended
To not blink?
to use polymorph on Shakara because Mia, I think, does more magical damage than Shakara does. But then Mia was looking rough as well, so I was like, oh crap, do I
went down to
polymorph?
how much? Well, I mean, you died. I went down to 14. But yeah. Can I maintain concentration on my hammer for 3 more rounds?
That's
15 more seconds.
That's less than that's like 20 seconds.
Dang it. How long do you get to polymorph for?
An hour.
Oh, that's legit.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
This structure is about 25 by 25 feet. It's very large. It looks like it's fully enclosed. It is giving off this yellow glow, which is illuminating the room. Over to the left of it, you see some of these barrels, many of which were crushed underfoot by the Hydra, but there are still some intact. Kind of other than that, I mean, just kind of, again, the back is open up to what looks like the ocean.
When you say 25 by 25, is each side 25 wide or like from the widest point?
Yeah, exactly. The widest point would be about 20.
And then 25 tall.
25 diameter and 25 tall.
But if you look, though, that would be like diameter. But yes, these sides they looked about 20 foot long each side. And so when I say pentagonal structure, basically think the Pentagon, but it has kind of a steeped, 5-pointed roof as well. Like it goes up.
It's not flat on top.
No, it's not flat on top.
Diamondy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Crystalline.
Okay, so Mia wants to go over to where she was before, where she looked at the Kraken, and see what it looks like.
It is still there. It, again, just seems to be watching the 4 of you.
Shakara Ape is also going to go over to the side and kind of touch the wall.
Okay.
Kind of pat on it a little bit.
Shaft is going to go down to one of the bodies of these cultists and start looking to see if there's anything on them that might be of value or information.
Yeah, no, these priests don't have anything on their person, and Shakara Ape, as you are tapping the side, it's very hard under your touch. Other than that, it doesn't seem to react to you placing a hand on it.
Mia's gonna look up at Shakara. Whoa.
Shakara will look down at Mia.
And you see the Kraken, it seems like it kind of raises a tentacle up to where you are placing your big giant monkey hand on it.
Uh-huh. We do the hand touching between the glass.
Kind of, yeah, it seems to be.
Can Falzarin
This is a zoo.
make a check to see if he is able to understand anything about this container that's got this Kraken enclosed?
Again, like I described as you walked into the room, it does seem to share some similarities as far as the structure and what it seems to be made of as the safety shell that surrounds Heracleon right now.
I see.
Can I go look at the barrels?
Absolutely.
And I'm going to go around the pentagonal shape and look out at the water and make sure there's nothing else coming into us.
Yeah.
Okay. Mia, you get over to these barrels and about half of them, of the lot of like 6 or 7 here, seem to have been crushed under the Hydra as it made its way from the ocean into the cave to engage with you. And the rest of them that are still intact, they seem to be empty. Though in looking into them at the bottom of them, is still a bit of like residue of whatever was contained within them, kind of at the bottom. You know how if you tilt a full cup of something out a little bit at the stakes at the bottom. Shakara, looking out into the ocean, you can make a perception check.
Using the ape stats.
That's right.
So that would be the wisdom modifier, which is a +1 on my 17 roll, so that's an 18.
As far as you can tell, it doesn't look like there's anything else close to the inner part of this cave ready to come out of the ocean again. And Mia, you want to look in the bottom of these barrels.
Yeah, sure. Please.
So 1 or 2 of them, they seem to have kind of a very colorful substance. And the others have what look like black water.
The colorful substance, is there enough for me to collect some?
You could. It's very minimal amount left in here. And you notice the colors of what's in this barrel are much brighter, whereas what's contained in the structure with the Kraken looks, there are much more like darker hues on this kind of rainbow spectrum, closer to the blues and the indigos and violets. But inside the bottom of this barrel, it kind of leans more towards the brighty oranges and yellows.
Okay. I'll collect a little bit of the colorful one. I'm afraid that the black stuff is probably ooze, so I'm not going to do that.
So, yeah, you have that empty potion bottle that you drank during the fight. You can certainly
I just
try
chugged it.
to get a bit into the container.
Yeah, for sure I would, I wish Shakara was a person right now, because she has all those vials and stuff for Campbell, but yeah. That's my thought, is put it in the empty potion bottle.
If you want to get some of this phlogiston stuff, if that's what it is, we can always go back and, when we meet up with Dreg, see if we can use his ring to pass through this whatever it is.
You mean this enclosure?
Yeah, if it's the same as the, like the dome, it looks very similar. The ring will let it pass through.
Well, the ring's more of a key. We could look for a keyhole on this structure.
That's what I was thinking. Those guys might have something that allows them to pour this stuff in. Because there's obviously no door. But, they didn't have anything on them.
Maybe we can look around for a little bit and try to see if there's any way in or out that we can tell. Shaft, you're pretty nimble. You could climb up it. You know, Shakara might be able to lift you up there.
It looks like it's closed up at the top. I'm not going to get up on top of it.
Well, she could. Anyway.
Yeah, I come over and I put my hand out for Shaft so that I can lift him up.
I'm still a little worried about this ape thing. But, yeah. I've not seen this spell done before, so I'm a little concerned. I know it's Shakara, but still, it seems odd. So yeah, I'll skid on her hand.
I just kind of wave to him and I'm friendly. Come here.
I'll start investigating and walking the perimeter of this pentagon slowly.
Falzarin could blink into there.
That seems like a very, very bad idea.
I know, but it's so tempting. What if he fails his roll and then it gets stuck in there for
and what
6
if that
seconds?
Phlogiston is mixed with the black ooze and therefore not what you need?
Yeah, the color in the barrel is bright, Bill, and then there's a black barrel, and then the color in the Kraken is darker. So there's gotta be some mixy going on. Don't do it.
Leland smiles.
I would love for you to blink into it.
Just hang out with the Kraken.
You
for a
die
little bit.
and we would abandon this storyline.
So Falzer, and then what are you doing?
Yeah, he's gonna walk over to this thing and just tap it with his quarterstaff, and look at this Kraken on the other side and just observe it, see what it's doing.
And Shakara Ape, you're lifting Shaft up onto on top of this structure.
Yes.
Okay. You lift and put Shaft on top of this structure, and yeah, the top of it is it's not flat on top. It is like peaked and as a steep to it. And as you put a Shaft up on top of it, Shaft, you're able to easily stand atop it. The Kraken, it seems to swim up to you, and again, kind of put its tentacles on the ground now for you as it looks up to you. And Mia, kind of doing a quick circle around it, doesn't look like there doesn't seem to be any type of hatch or opening on the ground here. And Falzern, with your quarterstaff taps, again, it just kind of like clinking it almost against knocking on like stone or like a thick pane of glass kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I'll just look around while I'm up there to see if there's anything obvious. If not, I'll sort of slide back down and go, there's nothing up here. There's no way we're getting in. Which I assume is the case.
Yeah, it does. It does. Again, it looks completely uniform around the entirety of this structure.
It's interesting. This creature doesn't appear to be hostile.
Not while in his little bubble
I'm
bath.
not sure what to make of this.
Do you guys want me to run around this cave trying to detect magic? I mean, obviously this glowing thing is gonna glow, but maybe there's something else to be found.
You could certainly try.
What do you guys think?
Well, I don't know. What are we gonna do if we find a way to let it out?
I don't know. It's just good to know more.
No, I'm just talking through what our options are here. It's here, right? This is what we've been looking for.
Yeah, if it does become hostile, I mean, from what I know of Kraken, they're quite powerful, even though it is still young. It could be quite a powerful foe. I'm not sure we want to let it out. I'm interested in this substance that it's in. I wonder if that is phlogiston.
Yeah,
I bet it
could
is.
be. I'm thinking they use some kind of a spell or something to be able to pour the stuff in, something to allow it to pass through. Like I was saying before, I think the only way to probably get into this is somebody knows how to do it. Or, like I was saying, the ring might be able to help do it.
So, there are other options. I learned some new magic recently, and I could try to send it back to its native plane. The elemental plane of water.
Oh, are you speaking of trying to banish it?
I could try to banish it. I might have enough magic left to try twice.
I wonder if that magic would be able to penetrate the shell, but
that's what I don't know.
It might be worth a try, at least once.
Why don't you try shooting another spell at it and see if it goes through? Get ready to do your thing.
I could certainly try that.
I mean, what if it reacts poorly to shooting magic at it?
It doesn't seem to be able to cross this barrier. I think we're safe for the moment.
So what do you suggest trying to afflict it with?
Well, why don't I cast a spell at this barrier and see what happens?
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast. And I'm basically aiming at the Kraken, but we'll see if the barrier stops it.
Don't piss it off.
Before you do that, I'm going to go, wait! And then I'm going to move back towards the entrance here.
Yeah, let's kind of back up toward the entrance.
Yeah, Falsey would move back as well. It's a ranged spell, so I'm going to need some distance between me and my target. So that's a 19 to hit with Eldritch Blast.
And your first ray lances into the side of the structure, and kind of similar to what you witnessed from the cannon fire hitting the safety shell around Heracleon. From the point of impact, this slight kind of ripple as your ray seems to do nothing.
Oh, shoot.
This seems to be very similar to the protective barrier over top of the city. I don't think we're going to be able to get through this.
Oh, man, what are we going to do?
The question is, who is capable of creating this barrier apart from Dreg and how?
Well, let's go. We're supposed to meet Dreg back at the fork.
Yes,
Let's
you're
go
right.
see if he's there and bring him here and see if he can maybe enlighten us.
And that's our show. If you're not already, be sure to follow us at Incorrigible Par on Twitter, Incorrigible Party on Instagram and Facebook, and you can go to incorrigibleparty.com for world lore and PC information, and we've recently started adding some maps there as well. Incorrigible Party is generously sponsored and made possible by Critical Hit Design. For any of your design needs, visit criticalhitdesign.com. All ambient sound and music is provided by Tabletop Audio, and our intro and outro music was created by Josh Jarvis. You can reach him at jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. Happy adventuring!